The cape you never asked to wear. I recently sat down with Mia Walker, and I need you to understand something about her before we go any further. Mia's work isn't just making noise, it's making space. Space for women who've been holding it together so long they forgot what it feels like to fall apart. Space for the ones who lead empires but can't remember the last time they rested without guilt. Mia Yin is showing women that they're not defined by what they endured and that we're allowed to become someone new, even if the world only knows our past self. That message, that grounded, disruptive truth, is what we're unpacking today. Because if you're a Black woman who's been carrying the weight of the world on your back while your knees are quietly buckling, this is for you. Let's start with something uncomfortable. Healing doesn't need applause, it doesn't need a standing ovation or a viral moment or 1,000 likes on a post where you bare your soul to strangers. Healing is a deliberate choice to unlearn survival mode, and that choice is made in the quiet. In the mornings when you decide not to answer that text from someone who only calls when they need something. In the evenings when you close the laptop at a reasonable hour instead of grinding until your vision blurs and your back aches. In the moments when you choose rest over productivity and don't feel the need to justify it to anyone, not your boss, not your partner, not even yourself. We've been taught that strength looks like endurance, that it looks like never breaking, never bending, never asking for help, that it looks like showing up even when you're empty. But what if strength actually looks like softness? What if the most powerful thing you could do today is stop performing resilience and start practicing peace? What if the cape you've been wearing, the one nobody asked you to put on but everyone expects you to keep wearing, is actually crushing you? Let me tell you about Nicole Sando. Nicole is a Black woman entrepreneur in Miami who founded a clean skincare brand, but that's not where her story starts. It starts with pain, with Crohn's disease, with eczema that wouldn't quit, with debilitating health issues that forced her into survival mode for years. The kind of survival mode where you wake up and the first thing you think is, how am I going to get through today? She was managing chronic pain while navigating a beauty industry that was dismissive, sometimes outright hostile to natural healing for Black skin. Conventional treatments failed her over and over again. Doctors who didn't listen, products that made things worse, a system that wasn't built for her body or her needs. And in that failure, in that frustration, she found something else. She found a deep desire to heal herself and her community. She embraced intentional self care through lifestyle changes and ingredient awareness. She unlearned hardness by prioritizing holistic healing over quick fixes, over the pressure to just push through, over the lie that her body didn't deserve gentleness. And she healed. She healed her body naturally, and then she channeled that peace, that hard won quiet peace, into a business rooted in empowerment. Today, Nicole's brand radiates clean, effective self care, proving that softness fuels sustainable strength. She inspires Black women to reclaim health on their terms, shifting community conversations toward purposeful wellness. Nicole's story mirrors what Mia Walker shared with me. You can unlearn hardness, you can choose quiet healing, you can set boundaries, and you don't need permission from anyone to do it. Now, let's talk about boundaries because this is where so many of us get stuck. We think boundaries are walls. We think they're harsh or unkind or selfish. We think setting a boundary means we're letting people down. But boundaries are how you build peace on purpose. No permission required. Boundaries are the sacred pause between what the world demands and what your soul can actually hold. They're the difference between surviving and thriving. They're the difference between showing up as a shell of yourself and showing up whole. Anna Halliday knows this intimately. Anna is a licensed mental health counselor and certified sex therapist in Miami who launched her own therapy practice in 2020. right in the middle of a global pandemic, right when the world felt like it was falling apart. But before that, she was unfulfilled in group practices, trapped in survival mode work that didn't align with her values. She was experiencing pre COVID burnout, that nagging sense of I can do more good that wouldn't let her rest, that kept her up at night, that made her question whether she was living her purpose or just going through the motions. So she chose herself. She built a warm, intentional space for deeply human therapy, and she set boundaries to foster genuine healing, not just for her clients, but for herself. She created freedom to reflect her vision of softness coexisting with professional strength. Today, Anna's practice feels like home, intentional, boundary led, and transformative for clients seeking peace. She empowers Black professionals to prioritize values over grind, normalizing quiet authority in mental health leadership. Anna didn't wait for permission. She didn't ask if it was okay to want more, to want better, to want peace. She didn't send out a survey or wait for someone to tell her she deserved it. She just chose it. And in choosing it, she gave others permission to do the same. This is what Mia Walker's message is all about. Your voice and work can show others that strength thrives in softness. You don't have to be loud to be powerful. You don't have to be hard to be strong. You can be soft and still build empires. You can be gentle and still change lives. You can rest and still be worthy. Let me share one more story with you. Gerson Sanchez, a Black Miami entrepreneur, co founded a platform amplifying local voices and stories. He saw gaps in media representation that kept Miami's Black and multicultural narratives unseen, forcing identity into outdated boxes, into stereotypes, into narratives that didn't reflect the fullness of who people actually were. He felt responsible to create something fresh, to unlearn external definitions, to refuse the script that had been written for him. So he built a space capturing authentic energy, choosing a new purpose beyond past limitations through creative control. He filled a void with content that honors reinvention and community strength. His platform pulses with real stories, proving quiet intention builds lasting impact. He shifts how Black entrepreneurs are seen, inspiring softness rooted ventures that redefine cultural narratives. Gerson's work illustrates what it means to become someone new, despite the world knowing your past. It's about authoring your own narrative. It's about refusing to be boxed in by what people think they know about you. It's about saying, I'm more than what you see. I'm more than what I survived. I'm more than the role you assigned me. Here's the thing, the world may know your past, but you author the new you. You get to decide who you're becoming. You get to decide what you're no longer willing to carry. You get to decide that the cape is too heavy and you're putting it down right here, right now, without apology. I know what you're thinking, but I have responsibilities. I have people depending on me. I can't just stop being strong. And I hear you. I see you. But here's what I learned from Mia Walker and from these stories. Softness isn't about abandoning responsibility. It's about redefining strength. It's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup and that filling your own cup isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's survival in the truest sense. Healing in real time means tending to past wounds while still showing up for your life. It means acknowledging that you're still learning, still growing, still becoming. It means giving yourself grace on the days when you don't have it all together, because none of us do. We're all just doing our best with what we have, and sometimes our best looks like rest. Sometimes our best looks like saying no. Sometimes our best looks like softness. Protecting peace as a practice means actively creating space for joy, rest, and boundaries. It means saying no without explanation. It means choosing yourself quietly. It means understanding that your peace is not negotiable, not up for debate, not something you have to earn. And here's the beautiful part: when you choose yourself, when you embrace softness, when you set boundaries without apology, you give other women permission to do the same. Your healing becomes a roadmap. Your peace becomes a possibility. Your softness becomes a revolution. You become the permission slip someone else has been waiting for. The world taught you survival, but you get to teach yourself softness. You get to teach yourself peace. You get to teach yourself that you're worthy of rest, of joy, of a life that doesn't require you to be hard all the time. You get to teach yourself that the cape was never yours to carry in the first place. So take a breath. Put down the cape, set the boundary, choose yourself, and know that in doing so, you're not being selfish. You're being sacred. You're honoring the woman you've been, the woman you are, and the woman you're becoming, because you're allowed to become someone new. And that new version of you, she's softer, she's rested, she's boundaried, she's peaceful, and she's absolutely powerful. Here's what I want you to do: not tomorrow, not next week, today, right now. I want you to name one boundary you're going to set without explanation. Just one. It doesn't have to be big, it doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be as simple as not answering work emails after 6 p.m. It can be as quiet as saying no to that extra committee, that extra favor, that extra thing that's going to drain you. It can be as soft as taking a nap without guilt, without checking your phone, without apologizing for needing rest. Choose your peace quietly. Write it down if you need to. Say it out loud. Tell someone you trust, but commit to it, because that one boundary is the beginning of your soft girl era. That one boundary is you choosing yourself. That one boundary is you saying, I matter. My peace matters. My rest matters. My joy matters. And when you do that, when you set that boundary and honor it, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the narrative for every woman watching you. You're showing your daughter, your sister, your friend, your colleague that softness is strength, that rest is resistance, that peace is power. Mia Walker's work is making the world a better place by showing women that they don't have to choose between being strong and being soft. They can be both. They can be whole, they can be healed, and they can do it on their own terms in their own time without needing anyone's permission. So I'm asking you to feel something right now. I want you to feel empowered to soften without apology. I want you to feel seen in your full reinvention, not just the version of you that's palatable or convenient or easy for others to understand. I want you to feel ready to claim peace on purpose, to build it deliberately, to protect it fiercely, because the soft girl era isn't a trend, it's a lifestyle rebellion. It's a deep exhale from the superwoman script. It's a quiet but powerful return to softness, rest, self trust, and radical joy. It's the sacred space where strong Black women unlearn survival, rediscover softness, and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom they deserve without guilt, without apology, and without explanation. The cape you never asked to wear is yours to take off. The hardness you learned to survive is yours to unlearn. The peace you've been chasing is yours to build. And the softness you've been denying yourself is yours to embrace. So go ahead, put down the cape, set the boundary, choose yourself, because you're allowed to become someone new. And the world is waiting for the softer, rested, boundaried, peaceful, powerful version of you.